Welcome. Our book for today is Polka, Counting Polar Bears in Alaska. The book was written by Claire B. Stiller and illustrated by Eric Brooks. So Claire Stiller wrote the words and Eric Brooks drew the pictures. Polka is a type of dance music. It's fast and it's fun and it has lots of interesting musical instruments in it. And I think it's called Polar Polka because it's played by polar bears. So before I start reading, I thought you would like to hear just a little bit of polka music. It'll kind of help set the mood. So let's listen. Does that sound familiar? Chicken dance? You hear a clarinet and drum and this. Okay, so back to our story. Well, these 10 polar bears in the story are playing on this iceberg. An iceberg is a huge chunk of ice that's floating in the water. But I think the iceberg is getting a little warm, so something is happening. It's breaking up. And there's all sorts of interesting words in the story for how it breaks up. Crack, pop, boink. So see how many of those words you hear. All right, here they are. That guy has some groovy sunglasses on. I see a clarinet, a bass. This is called a concertina, violin, a drum, a trumpet. So, 10 polar bears in shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a bobbing iceberg. It's bobbing up and down in the water. Then, snap, a piece broke, a bear floated away. Snowy owls flapped in and decided to stay. So a bear floated off and some owls took his place. So before 10, we have the number 9. 9 polar bears with shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a bobbing iceberg. Pop! A piece broke, a bear floated away. Arctic fox jumped in and decided to stay. Whoops, sorry. Do you see the fox down here? All right. So 10, 9, 8. 8 polar bears with shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a bobbing iceberg. Oh, you see what he has? Cymbals. Then, pop, or crash, a piece broke, a bear floated away. The northern lights danced with a swing and a sway. The northern lights are some beautiful light effects that you can see up in the North Pole. So 10, 9, 8, 7. 7 polar bears in shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a bobbing iceberg. There's a saxophone. Crash! A piece broke. A bear floated away. Ravens swooped down to add to the fray. The fray means all the hustle and bustle, all the stuff that's going on. And that poor guy floating away. But don't worry, polar bears are really good swimmers. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 6 polar bears with shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a bobbing iceberg. Boink! A piece broke, a bear floated away. Seals and hares joined the boogie, more friends, hooray! So you see the seals and hares are those rabbits with long legs and long ears. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 5 polar bears with shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a bobbing iceberg. Whomp! A piece broke. A bear floated away. Muskox pulled in after, sailing the bay. A muskox is this big guy right here. I don't know, sort of like a really woolly buffalo. And he came over in a kayak. Who knew an ox could do a kayak? Now we're at number 4. 4 polar bears with shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a bobbing iceberg. Bink! A piece broke, a bear floated away. The wolves played a wild game of ice cube croquet. So croquet is sort of like a game of, let's call it golf for your backyard. There's the wolf. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. 3 polar bears with shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a bobbing iceberg. Plop! A piece broke. The bear floated away. Walrus served lunch and iced tea on a tray. And there's the walrus giving everybody some lunch, but whoops, the iceberg tilted and it looks like everybody's falling off. Oh my. So before 3 we have, anybody know what this is? It's a narwhal. It has this long tusk-like thing on the top of its head. 2 little bears with shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a bobbing iceberg. Sploosh! A piece broke. A bear floated away. Whales jumped and wiggled in a water ballet. Look at those graceful whales doing ballet. Whales also can sing. They don't sound like people, but they do sing, and it's really interesting. Now we're down to 1. 1 polar bear with shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a bobbing iceberg. Blink! Uh-oh. A piece broke. And then there were none. 0 polar bears with shaggy white fur played the polar polka on a sinking iceberg. Yep, it's sinking, going down. Look, these two rabbits are holding on to the narwhal's tusk. Good luck, guys. Splash! Everybody's in the water. Oh my goodness. The narwhal, but he can swim. The rabbits, the fox, the musk ox, the wolf. Oh my goodness, what a mess. So 10 polar bears with shaggy white fur pushed back all the pieces of the broken iceberg. They climbed back on to put things right and rocked the polar polka all through the night. Woohoo! Go polar bears. Look at that. And all was well. The end. That was a fun little book. So polka is our new type of music of the day. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye.